What's the name of this movie? Okay, The Kid Who Would Be King, right? Okay.
Do you have to keep that in now?
So we just watched The Kid Who Would Be King. Do you know who directed this movie?
Nope.
I believe his name is Joe Cornish.
Who?
Joe Cornish, I believe is his name.
Joe Cornish.
I might be wrong.
Who?
Did Joe Cornish.
What did he do?
You remember the movie Attack the Block? British movie, John Boyega.
See, you know what the funny thing is? Is when I was coming to pick you up, I said to myself, and I swear to God, I said this to myself, this movie's going to be like Attack the Block. I just had that gut feeling. I said that to myself, it's not like Attack the Block.
I think it is similar to Attack the Block if Attack the Block wasn't rated R and was a PG movie directed towards like 10, 12-year-olds. I already got a feeling you don't like this movie. Like I said, I could just see you stewing in your seat during it. But I think this is actually a really good movie. I don't love the movie.
Let's just say it wasn't geared toward me. And let's also, may I sum up my thoughts on the movie in one sentence?
Make it quick.
It's one sentence.
I got you,
promise,
dude.
it's one
I got
sentence. It might be the best King Arthur movie, but it still doesn't make it a good movie.
I do think it is a good movie, and it is definitely the best King Arthur movie, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Better than
Might be the best King Arthur movie.
I think it's better than The Sword and the Stone, the animated movie. Remember that?
No.
Really? The old animated movie?
I mean, I remember the name. I probably watched it. Doesn't mean I remember it.
Here's why I think
was like 6.
Here's why I think this is a good movie. As someone who can view the movie and see who it's targeted towards while I'm watching the movie, like, I could see. And as I was watching the movie, particularly in the final act, I was like, man, if I was 10, 12 years old, I would think that this is the greatest movie ever made. And I don't say that about a lot of like movies that are geared towards kids. A lot of movies I can see geared towards kids, I was like, man, if I was a kid, I'd be bored as hell during this. But I think if you're a kid and you're watching this, you're going to be greatly entertained.
Oh, absolutely.
I think for me, here's the things I really loved about the movie, and I was keeping a mental note of it. Right off the bat, the movie starts with a 2D animation segment that starts the movie with...
That's the best part of the film.
That's an amazing little bit of
That's the best part of the
animation. Also, things I like, I don't know how you're going to feel about this. I think, obviously, Patrick Stewart's in this movie, but he's in it, not in a lot. But Patrick Stewart, 2 people play that character. Patrick Stewart and a kid plays Merlin. And honest to God, I think the kid who plays Merlin is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like I think he's incredible. I think the kid who plays Alexander, who's essentially King Arthur, is really good. That's the first movie that kid's ever been in.
So, talking about that, the kid that played Alexander and the kid that played Merlin, best 2 people in the movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand anyone else. That's what
I had no problem with anybody.
Hurt me. That's what hurt the movie for me a lot. I could not stand anyone else in this film. The kid that played Betters, his character just annoyed me to death.
That's another problem.
Every time he was on the screen, I wanted him off the screen.
There's comedic relief in this movie, and the movie isn't that funny.
Every joke lands flat.
That was my one big flaw with the movie, is that it's not that funny. And my other big flaw is that I think there's some pacing issues, particularly in the first act. But I think once it gets going, I was really on board. There's still some problems, pacing issues, but I think the direction, and honest to God, I think one of the things that surprised me the most in this movie is I think the CG in this movie is really good.
Do you?
I swear I do. I think the CG, for what it is, for the environment that's taking place in, I was never taken out by the CG.
Well,
honest to God.
There's a reason why 20th Century Fox is being sold to Disney. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, this isn't a big, huge budget Disney movie, but for what its budget, I don't even know what the budget is. It couldn't be over $30-40 million.
Okay. You want to know the 2 biggest flaws of the movie to me?
I guess.
The 2 biggest flaws.
You got to.
Patrick Stewart shoehorned in this movie. Shoehorned in the movie.
He did what he had to do.
Also, the twist in the movie.
What twist?
The twist.
That wasn't a twist.
That
was a revelation.
Oh, I'm sorry, a revelation.
That was nothing.
It's so shoehorned in, and it did not even need to
twist? Are you talking about with his father?
Yes. Didn't need to happen. It didn't mean anything. It played no part to the film whatsoever. It was shoehorned in.
I think it definitely did.
No.
I think it definitely did.
Okay. So you take that out of the film. And the way that he's acted the whole movie, does it change how he acts in the movie?
It changes his arc in a big way.
It does not.
It changes his arc. It changes his arc with his mom in a big way. Yes, it does. It definitely does, dude.
It does not.
We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on there. But he
does not.
He is wrong, folks. Don't listen to this. Don't listen to this man. He has stock in Disney.
The kid could have absolutely not had the story arc, and he would have been exactly the same way. The way he treated his mother changed no way if you would have took that arc out. The revelation. If you'd have took the revelation out, or even kept it in and went a completely different way with it, it wouldn't have changed the central part of the story.
I still think that
it was a subplot that was not needed.
I still think that's slight nitpicky though, because
it's not nitpicky.
Even though you're saying it's not playing a big part in the movie, and it's really not.
You could have cut 10 minutes off of the film.
I just think it's
a
slight part of his arc, which is I can't punish a movie for trying to give a character an arc. Like, it's better than not giving a character an arc. I liked it, dude. I liked the movie. Okay. I did. It's not something I'm not gonna rush back to the theater because I don't know who the hell I'd watch it with. Because I feel like nobody's gonna like it.
But going back to jokes.
It's not that funny.
The jokes fall flat because there's no humor geared toward the adults that are going to take their children to watch this movie.
But let me be fair with the movie here. I thought some stuff was funny, but yet again, I didn't want to laugh because I didn't want to be the only. I didn't want to be the only person in the theater laughing. Like, there's parts where I wanted to laugh, and I didn't want you to look at me like, God, this bastard beside me laughing at this joke. Seriously,
I've never done that.
You're like, I scoff at this joke.
I did scoff at one joke.
God. I thought it was fun. And you're talking about the side characters. I thought they were fun. Yeah, his best friend isn't funny, but it's decently acted. I like Rebecca Ferguson being. They were
all annoying.
I like Rebecca Ferguson.
They were all annoying.
Cheesing it up as the villain. I love that.
Who was that?
Rebecca Ferguson. You know, see, he don't know the actors. He has a hard time respecting the artistry of the film that is The Kid Who Would Be King. I understand. It's okay. Rebecca Ferguson is an actress, Josh. She's in movies.
No shit.
I'm trying to think of movies that you would know that she's in, and I'm having a hard time. Because you didn't see Life. She was in some other stuff, you know.
Sounds like you're the one that's trying to figure out what movie she's been in.
I'm just overwhelmed by how much I love the movie. Mm-hmm. I didn't love the movie, though. There was times where I thought it was dragging, but then it would win me back. And I don't know how you felt about it, but I knew that whenever you think the movie's going to end and it doesn't, I knew it wasn't going to end. Like, I knew that. Because I was like, well, if the movie ends here, there's a lot of stuff unresolved, so the movie has to go an extra 20 to 30 minutes, and it did. And I actually liked it because I thought it was kind of epic.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I could just tell what you don't like about the movie. I could tell just by sitting there. I'm glad you brought that up. I could tell.
Because the moment that happened, I looked at Nancy and I dropped an obscenity and said, hell.
See, whenever I realized that the movie wasn't over, I was like, thank God we needed this extra bit of movie.
If you would have cut out the 10-minute, subplot with the kid and his dad, you wouldn't have had to have that extra 10 minutes or extra 20 minutes. You know what?
Forgive the movie for trying to have a heart. I have a heart, Josh.
It had enough heart with what the kids were doing.
Oh God! You know what?
It had enough heart with what the kids were trying to do. It didn't need anything else.
This movie is harmless.
Lance's character with Alexander's is enough. The way that all the kids interacted with each other, you didn't need to shoehorn in a father thing and a mother thing and all this shit. You didn't need to fucking shoehorn it in. Sorry for dropping the F-bomb.
You know what? The movie is harmless. Josh is being way too critical on a kids movie.
I'm not.
I see a lot of kids movies come through this theater, and
you get upset when I'm not overly critical of a movie.
A kids movie, that is. It's not just a movie; it's a kids movie. Whenever the poster showed up at the movie theater for this movie 2 months ago, I was like, "Oh my God, this is going to be the worst thing ever," and it's absolutely not the worst thing ever. I think this is actually kind of better than Glass. To an extent, I just like Glass more because I have more weight in those characters. I think as far as the way a movie's made, I think this is the best movie of the year so far. I've only seen 3 movies. I've seen this, the Fire. Actually, no, I think the Fire Festival documentary is the best movie I've seen this year.
Folks, it is January the 25th when this is being filmed.
That's what I'm saying.
Caleb has seen 3 movies this year, and it's the best movie he's seen all year.
That's what I'm saying. It is. Is it not? It's accurate to the way I feel.
He has such a big scale to go on.
Hey, I did
3 movies.
I pointed out
huge scale.
I pointed out that it's early in the year, and it is early in the year. I expect that it's going to be dethroned by next week by the Lego Movie.
God, I certainly hope so.
I like the movie. I know you didn't like it. It was whatever. It wasn't targeted towards you. I think to an extent it was targeted towards me. These are a lot of movies that I grew up with reminded me of this movie. I did. So, I mean...
Your rating?
I liked how... If I get my rating, I think
I'm wanting you to, put your rating in my hand. In post.
What I what I really respect about the movie is that it was a kids movie that was pretty mature, and it was dark and it had some scary stuff in it. I compare movies that aren't supposed to be scary, that are scarier than The Nun from last year. This movie's scarier than The Nun. It is. It has scarier imagery than The Nun.
You're going back to The Nun?
I am going back to The Nun because it sucks balls. Okay, I'm going to give my rating now. I give this movie a B. I think it's solid, harmless, kid fun. I think some kids will walk out of this movie thinking that they're King Arthur and be like, man, that was amazing, that was epic. And for adults, there's enough there for visual eye candy, and there's a lot of good action. That's just me. What do you give it, Josh?
Do you want to guess what I give it?
I predict you give it a C or a C minus.
C.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Give it a C. It's neutral. It wasn't geared toward me. It wasn't geared toward 28-year-old man. There are good
Maybe
points.
It's geared towards...
There's some good stuff in it. There's some bad stuff in it. Too bad the bad stuff, to me, outweighs the good stuff. So I'm giving it a C. I'm giving it a neutral rating. You won't leave the theater mad, but you may leave it not enjoying it.
I hope not. This movie was perfectly fun. But maybe it's
That's why I'm giving it a C. It's not like fantastic. It's not absolutely horrible.
You said it's not geared towards 28-year-old men. Maybe it's geared towards 29-year-old men. Because I'm 29. So maybe when you turn 29, it'll... Oh my God. The kid who would be king. It all makes sense now. Maybe. Just think about that. Let it stew.
I give it a C minus now.
No, you give it a C. I'm not changing the score. I like the movie. It was just... For a week where there was nothing coming out, it could have been much worse.
It's a good time waster.
This is
like,
not
if you've got nothing else to do this weekend, go watch.
This ain't the kind of movie that's going to make my top...
Kid Who Would Be King?
Yeah, it's not the kind of movie that's going to make my top 30, top 40 of the year. I hope not.
I hope not. Because it's going to be a blockbuster year for movies. It's going to be a huge year for movies.
It's going to be the biggest year ever for movies.
Yeah.
But that's how we feel.
We all know Endgame is going to make $1 billion.
We're clearly just divided, even though the movie is getting just wonderful reviews from audiences and critics, and Josh has to be the one guy to be like, the Kid Who Would Be King.
I have to be the one guy that drops it down to 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Josh has a turkey leg. He's like, give me better movies. God, I tell you what, Josh, you know what? You're not cut out for the Kid Who Would Be King world like I am, and it's whatever. You didn't get it. Get the artist shit. I'm joking with you, man. It wasn't for you. It wasn't necessarily for me, but I still found merits in it. So that's how we feel. What did you think about the movie? You probably didn't see it because nobody's going to watch this movie this weekend.
Honestly, I think Glass will
still be number one.
Glass will still be number one.
Yeah, it will be.
Because there was maybe 9-10 people in our theater watching this movie.
What'd you think of the movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you feel mixed about it like Josh? Or did you think that it was a nice surprise in early January in a month that could be trash? And it wasn't. Leave your comments below, hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.